Alright guys, back with another video and going to be showing off my new but sort of weird PC that I've been getting into. Yeah, it's going to be a collection of a mail day that I had from Get It Shipped International almost like 3 or 4 months ago. I've had it in here being ready to record. So yeah, let's show it off. So if you haven't guessed it already, but I have spoken about it in previous videos already, I wanted to get into Draft Bus as a sort of new PC for me. I think the storytelling behind it is very interesting. Very first player that we'll go through, there's a huge stack here. I'm going to also include some Houston Rockets stuff for the PC as well. It's just going to be a PC video. Johnny Flynn. He actually did very briefly play at the Houston Rockets as well. I remember when we traded for him, I was actually very excited, but infamously known for being drafted the pick right before Steph Curry. That year, the Timberwolves decided to draft 2-point guards, Ricky Rubio and Johnny Flynn, and then the pick after that was Steph Curry. I mean, Ricky Rubio, you can sort of be like, yeah, he had a lot of hype about him. He was playing in the Euro League at like 15 or 16 years old, almost like a Luka Doncic. But Johnny Flynn, yeah, bit of a bust, and even made his way down to the NBL. Didn't do too much, but certified. Very nice card there. Brandon Jennings. I don't know if you could call him a bust. His rookie season was spectacular. These cards are all under $10, by the way. I didn't really want to spend too much for my PC. These are cards I'm not even worrying about price. I just want to have them into the PC. Brandon Jennings, incredible. Like his first season, I think he had that 50-point game. He had a really nice shot in 2K. I remember trying to use it, the left-handed overhead shot. It was just a really nice shot. But yeah, he sort of fizzled out. Also well known for skipping college, going straight to, I think it was international basketball, and then making his way back into the NBA, which nowadays in the NBA is quite common. You've got a lot of people coming into the NBL and all that sort of stuff, but back then it was a massive thing for him to go there, and he was quite hyped back then. Unfortunately, didn't have the career that he probably would have wanted. All right, so this order was all from Conce. I'll talk a little bit about it. I don't want to go through each player and go through what I know about him, all that sort of stuff. Jan Vesely was a high draft pick in the 2012 NBA draft. Probably known for 2013 actually, but probably known for when he got drafted, his girlfriend gave him a nice peck, and that went relatively viral back then. Jamarcus Russell, wow. Do I even have to speak about him? Number 1 pick from the 2007 NFL draft. Story went around, that his coach gave him a CD and told him to learn every single play and to pick out the best plays that he could utilize. And then the next day, the coach came back and said to him, "Oh, you look, what plays did you like?" And Jamarcus just said, "Oh, I like all of them, coach. I like all of them." And it turns out that the CD was actually blank, and they just wanted to see if Jamarcus was actually going to look at the tape itself. So it was a bit of a red flag there, and yeah, one of the big NFL busts. Yeah, just crazy. But Jamarcus Russell jersey, the autograph is pretty terrible. I can kind of read it. Maybe is it the number 2, J, and then the Russell there. Not bad, but just very messy. Anthony Bennett, the infamous Bill Simmons. Whoa, when they called him number 1 draft pick in his class. I mean, that draft was also quite hard. Obviously, Giannis was in it, but there was no true or clear number 1. I remember leading up to it, there was like Alex Len was projected to go number 1 as well. Alex Len isn't an amazing basketball player either, but Anthony Bennett, I think the story behind him is very interesting as well. Jabari Parker, high school tape was nuts. Pick number 2. Actually wasn't too bad in his rookie season, but I think he just got found out just not having, not being a great defender. He was quoted actually recently saying that he's happy playing in the EuroLeague now because each game matters, and if that changes his perspective on things, I think that's a great thing. I'm glad that he's matured and he's at a place where someone can appreciate him. Trent Richardson, he actually didn't play too bad in his first season. I don't know too much about him, but I just remember looking up the biggest NFL busts, and then I remember seeing a YouTube video about him and how he had a great rookie season and sort of just dropped off, so had to add that one to the PC. Thomas Robinson, another player that Houston traded for, actually in his rookie season, I think it was like pick 5, pick 6, but I remember when we traded for him, I was pumped. I was like, this guy, like, from all sounds, it sounds like he's going to be a great player for us. Don't know. He wasn't that great. I think he went to the Lakers afterwards, and then he's not in the league anymore. But Yeah, bit unfortunate there. Dragon Bender, oh wow, the hype behind him as well. That 7 foot sort of Euro center. I think a lot of NBA teams are thrown off by that, which is probably why you saw teams, underrate Porzingis, maybe even like a Jokic as well. But yeah, your Dragon Benders, your Darko Milicic's are the ones that sort of led into a lot of scouts probably not wanting to draft these tall European players. Hasheem Thabeet, oh wow, pick number 2. Crazy, crazy. He was on Houston as well very briefly. I remember watching him in the NCAA tournament, but like I think it was like 7-3, 7-4, just blocking shots at will. But in the same draft as Steph Curry, James Harden, and pick number 2, absolutely ridiculous. Just couldn't translate into the NBA too well. I think it was way too raw. I think I remember the Houston fans calling him Hasheem the Dream. If you're a Houston fan or you know a little bit about the NBA, it was Hakeem Olajuwon's nickname was Hakeem the Dream, so Hasheem the Dream was our thing, but it didn't work out for him. Mario Hezonja, quite cocky league into the NBA, said he was going to be one of the better players and didn't work out. And Jahlil Okafor, I actually liked Jahlil Okafor. I thought in his rookie season he was quite nice. I liked his game, but I think his game was probably better for someone like 15 to 20 years ago. That post-up game, that mid-range game would have been better then, but defensively he wasn't really too helpful, and I think that led to the downfall of his career. So that haul was all from ComC. I just had that all stacked into my inventory and then just all sent it to my Get It Shipped International address all at once. Next up, this one's more PC. Like I said, I'll include some PC stuff here that are external to Draft Bus, but Alonso Trier, this is number 35 or 36 of the Noir set chase, so happy to add that one. Still have Time Lord, Luka Doncic, Grayson Allen, Marvin Bagley, Javon Carter. It's a whole list. There's 5 or 6 more of them, but yeah, the Luka Doncic one will be really hard for me to get, but it's been months since I've gotten one from this set, and here's another one. So there you go. All right, let's keep going with the Draft Bus. Shabazz Muhammad, big hype on him when it came to high school and all that sort of stuff. Didn't really translate too well in the NBA. He had showed some flashes, but yeah, didn't end up playing too well. But yeah, out of 49, got this one quite cheap actually from Probstein. Katina Mobley going to the Houston Rockets PC. My aim is to get one of those boxes that I've spoken about in the background there and just have it full of PC cards. I think I've just been so focused on buying and selling all that sort of stuff for flipping. And I want to kind of go to the root cause of why I got back into the hobby and why I started collecting when I was younger. It's just the love of collecting cards. So really trying to target that sort of stuff and not focus on price as much. And yeah, really fill up one of those boxes behind me with just PC cards there. So Katina Mobley, good pairing with Steve Francis in the early 2000s. Adam Morrison, oh wow, great college career. Probably well known for crying at the end of that game of the championship game when they lost. Did win a championship though with the Lakers. So props to Adam Morrison. Joey Dorsey, known for his big arms, probably a lot of Houston Rockets fans called him Ben Wallace Light in the late 2000s, but didn't really do too well for Houston. I wouldn't say he's a bust because I'm pretty sure he was a second round pick, but just more for the Houston PC. Great rebounder, great defender, but that's all unfortunately he could do, and he didn't really get too much burn. Terrence Williams, I don't know if you'd want to call his PC or draft bust. I think it was a top 10 pick if I'm getting that right, but he did play on Houston as well, so this will go well in the Houston PC, but Houston fans were just hyping this guy up so much. And to be fair, I was young back then and I believed anything that everyone said, that this guy was super athletic and he just needed playing time. And in the preseason, he did play some amazing games, but he just could never, ever put it together. Very interesting. But yeah, a lot of Houston fans rated him. I think Houston fans are very funny like that. They like to rate a lot of their players, and I think this was the one that just didn't work out for us. PC, not a draft bust, but Vernon Maxwell, Mad Max, 2 championships for the Houston Rockets in the 90s. Happy that one for the PC. There's a few here that I think I added in a bundle deal. So this guy basically, he was a Houston Rockets fan, but he was saying a lot of Houston stuff. And then there was a few stuff that I bought for flipping, a few stuff I bought for the PC. So this sort of stuff was for the PC. Sorry, I'm not PCing Jack LaRavia, but for the flipping. And then there's more in here. So we also have Jalen Suggs. We have the gold prisms, which are for the. Not really too sure if it's for the PC. I'm still trying to work it out because I'm not really a big fan of gold stuff for PC. I'm more into autographs and all that sort of stuff. But Christian Wood on the Lakers now, so probably not a bad card to list. I've had it kept in this sort of box for 3 to 4 months and haven't really listed it, even though he got announced to the Lakers. Michael Beasley played so well in Houston, but just not a great defender. And his mid-range was just cash, absolute cash. Beasley, like you can see why he was a number 2 pick, but just again, you need to defend in the current NBA. Robert Covington, our small ball 5, at one point he wasn't drafted by Houston. I think he was actually undrafted, but he was on our G League team. Then ended up playing on a few other teams, and he ended up coming back to us, which is the Circle of Life. Katino Mobley, Gold Topps Chrome Refractor. That one is out of 99. Very nice card. That will, probably go more so in the PC. And then Nick Johnson. Wow. Out of 10. We did draft this guy. I'm pretty sure he only played a couple seasons with us, but very sparingly. And then he ended up moving to the Denver Nuggets. But yeah, all these gold cards. Yeah, this guy really sorted me out. Like, he gave me a few extras because I was a Houston Rockets fan. And then the golds were only like $10 each, which is like pretty ridiculous. But again, he knew it was for my PC, so he was willing to cut me out a deal, which I appreciate. All right, we've got a few more cards here to show off. I'll show off a few more actually that are all purchased from him. All right, we'll go this one. All right, let's go like this. All right, we'll go first up, Kevin Martin. I remember Kevin Martin, 20 point per game scorer, great at drawing fouls and was like a 90% free throw shooter. The funny story with Kevin Martin is obviously he played with us for a few seasons, wasn't really the greatest defender, was more so just like a 20 point per game scorer that never made an all-star game, but was just known for his scoring. But the funny story was, I can't remember the actual year, I think it was 2012 or 2013. I looked at my phone, saw a thing on Bleacher Report saying that Kevin Martin, I can't remember who else we traded, but Kevin Martin, I think it was Jeremy Lamb as well, and a couple of other players were traded for James Harden. And I remember sitting with my mate who was a massive OKC fan at that time, and we were actually out, and I was just like, oh, James Harden, like, I know he's a sixth man, but is he actually that good? Like, because I don't want to lose Kevin Martin. He's a 20 point per game scorer. And James Harden, he's coming off the bench. Like, how good can he really be? And he was kind of like, I don't know. Like, he's a sixth man. I don't know how he's going to go as a starter. I mean, fast forward, I remember the first 2 games, Harden scored like 28 points and like 35 points. It was something ridiculous. It was 37 and 45 points. But he scored in his first 2 games and just ridiculous. And obviously, all-time great for Houston. Didn't win us a championship, but the fans, we all still love him a lot. But yeah, funny story with Kevin Martin. And then Ryan Anderson, he was meant to be like that stretch 3 that we were looking for. I mean, stretch 4. He was meant to be that stretch 4 that we were looking for, and he was, but I just don't think he was at that level that we wanted him to be be that championship team. We were after him for years, and we finally got him, and I don't think it actually, not his fault, but I think the whole team just didn't work well together. We didn't go too far. Donatas Montiunas, another player that a lot of Houston fans hyped. I was big on him. I just think he played in the wrong era, but, just had that really nice soft touch, that left hook. Really like, getting these autographs of players that are lesser known because I can appreciate them and I can get them quite cheaply. And then the last 2 cards, more so for the Draft Bust PC. Do I need to really talk about this guy? Darko Milicic, LeBron drafted number 1. Darko, was he? I think it was number 2, wasn't he? I think he was. It doesn't say in the back, but yeah. Darko, number 2. Won a championship with Detroit, though, in his first year or second year, but wasn't involved in much of it. But, just didn't adjust to the NBA from, the Euro leagues. And then, very last card, another draft bust here. Michael Olowokandi, the Candyman, number 1 pick in the 90s. I think this is his rookie autograph, so paid like $5 or $6 for it. But that's just the draft bust PC that I've got going at the moment. In terms of players that I'm missing, there's a few that I've got in the top of my head, but are still a little bit pricier that I'm sort of waiting out for. Ryan Leaf's a big one, known for being drafted after Peyton Manning. I can't think of any on the top of my head as well, but I'm sure you're going to get in the last few years some players like your James Wiseman if he doesn't go too well, even like a Marvin Bagley. But I do like the 2000s, the 90s, 2000s, and like the early 2010s more so to collect. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that sort of storytelling. I really am trying to collect a little bit more nowadays. Let me know in the comments if there's anything weird that you guys collect. I'd love to hear what you guys do collect. As always, guys, if you enjoyed the content, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button down below. And yeah, I'll see you guys all in future videos. Take care.